Hi, this is Mark Wade from Prudential Fox and Roach Realtors at CenterCityCondos.com. In this podcast, I'm going to talk about Society Hill Towers. There are three buildings at Society Hill Towers. The addresses are 200, 210, and 220 Locust Street, located at 2nd and Locust, which is in between Walnut and Spruce. This really neat building done by I.M. Pei, done in the 60s, very contemporary design for the 60s, and kind of timeless. If you look at other buildings that were built in the 60s, I think this one has a kind of a timeless design to them. Now, there are studios, one bedrooms, and two bedrooms at Society Hill Towers, and over the years, some people have combined, and there are a number of three-bedroom units. There are two levels of rental parking underneath the building, and the neat thing about Society Hill Towers is it sits on it's either 8 or 13 acres there in Society Hill. Lots of green. What's nice is that it's situated, on the northern part of Society Hill, which puts you real close to the south side of Old City, if you will. So lots of restaurants, lots of movie theaters, a whole lot to do if you're living in the towers. There's a small little market on premise, on site, if you will, for your small grocery needs. South Street's not too far. Again, the riverfront's not too far. Old City's not too far. Everything's within a couple blocks. I used to live in Society Hill Tower, so I think I know a lot about them. I like them a lot. There's a swimming pool. What's different about the swimming pool and a very large picnic area is that it's not located on the 32nd floor of the building. It's located on the ground level, down. Down by the entrance of the association there. Carl and Betty run the swimming pool down there. They have for years. It's a nice pool. It's a great place to hang out. It's almost hard to believe when you're at the pool that you're actually in a big metropolitan city. It's very, very suburban-like, lots of trees, all that kind of stuff. So a real nice setting. I like the units themselves because they all have hardwood floors. Some may have been carpeted over, but basically floor-to-ceiling windows, wall-to-wall. So even if you're in a studio, the E units, stunning. Floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall windows, bright as can be. If you're on a high floor here, and in this building, high floor, even if you're on the 10th floor, you've got killer views of either the river and the bridge or the city, or if you're on a corner unit, you have a combination of the two. Know that the units here. There are one bedrooms that are not corner units. There are one bedrooms that are corner units. Certainly the corner one bedrooms are going to sell for more than the non-one bedroom corner units, but the values here are pretty good. This is a doorman building. It's not a tax abated building as they've been in existence since the 60s. Society Hill Towers is really the introduction. It was, a little bit of history here. Edmund Bacon, who was our city planner back in the 60s, helped to bring about the revitalization of Society Hill. And the start of the revitalization in Society Hill was the development of Society Hill Towers. So nice building, just a variety of layouts, a variety of sizes. The units, every now and then we'll come across a unit that's in just original condition. So you may be able to find a unit in there that you can go in, and if it's a pretty good price, you may be able to gut it. That's what we find a lot of people are doing who want some really contemporary, dramatic space in a A1 location. No one could argue that location is not A1. Or you might find some units there that have been upgraded in the past 30 or 40 years, are certainly move-in condition. So variety of sizes, variety of views, depending on what floor you're on, what building you're in, and where you are in each building. Some great amenities, doorman building, rental parking underneath, Carl and Betty down at the swimming pool. What could be bad here, You're close to, again, South Street. You're close to the waterfront. You're close to Old City. I enjoyed living here because I was on the 20th floor, faced east. So at 6 a.m., of course, you're jumping out of bed in the morning because unless you have some real nice blackout curtains, you don't have a choice in the unit I was in anyway. Not all the units face east, but anyway, I love living there. I think it's a great building. I think your dollar per square foots are very competitive. And just provide a real good alternative to some of the newer construction in town. If you're looking for something that is in possibly what some may consider a more established, defined concrete location or neighborhood. Very, very strong. And what's nice is when you walk outside, you're located again on it's either 8 or 13, I don't remember, acres there that are very green, very well manicured. I would be hard pressed to believe that anyone could say that the association wasn't well run and well managed. So anyway, that's the spiel. That's my scoop. Society Hill Towers, 200, 210, and 220 Locust Street, located in Society Hill. If you want to see any of these units, that are generally units, they're approximately, now this is just a guess, I don't have the information in front of me, there are a couple hundred units in each building, maybe 150, 200, whatever. So generally speaking, there's always something available at Society Hill Towers because it's a function of how many units are there. So anyway, if you have any interest, if you'd like to learn more, you can visit my site, centercitycondos.com, or give me a call. Happy to talk to you about them. 215-521-1523. This is Mark Wade at Prudential Fox & Roach, centercitycondos.com. Thank you.